How's it going, guys? So, I believe everyone has seen the announcement for Goldenglow event that is coming pretty much tomorrow for me. Well, just a bit over 24 hours for me. So, I saw the Japanese animation PV. It was so good, and like the second version of that PV, that both of them combined, actually reminds me like, that feel of an Arknights PV. It really reminds me of it. It brings that feeling back. So nice. I love that PV. So back to today's main topic, which is obviously when there is a new operator, 6-star that is, I'm going to make a Shuju Pool video, right? Today's video though is a bit different. Like no 5 stars, of course, not 5 stars. I'm not going to talk about 5 stars. It's just the 6-star operator, Goldenglow today. But usually I would go around and be like, yeah, this is good, this is bad, this is why I recommend, and then blah, 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 blah. This time is completely different, okay? I have one thing to tell you. Get Goldenglow. Unless, okay, here's one circumstance where, okay, you can probably don't get Goldenglow. If you don't play main story, if you don't beat event, if you don't do roguelike, and if you don't play the CN new mode, if you don't play any of those and you only play CC, and when you play CC, you only go for the max risk, the highest risk, in that case, you don't need Goldenglow. For everyone else, if you're playing anything else other than high risk CC, get Goldenglow. That is the short part of this. That's the short answer for this. Get Goldenglow. I don't give a crap about who you are. As long as you're still playing the game and you're not just like a CC monster, just get Goldenglow. Now, let's begin our not lecture. Let's go into our details today about the operator. So, here's my Goldenglow. Not the strongest, I don't have P6. Obviously, she is my favorite operator, so there was a lot of that. You must get her, but there's more than that. Okay, it's just not because I like her design and blah, 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 then I think everyone should get her. I think she's absolutely worth getting for everyone. Now, she's a mech accord caster, just like Click and Yera. So as you can see, she has rather low attack, but that's mainly because of how she actually deals damage. So unlike Click and Yera, where Click and Yera, how if you've tried them in roguelike, you would know that they're really good at just controlling, which Goldenglow isn't really bad at with her skill 3, but her skill 1 and skill 2 are more focused on damage. Here's her tag actually, and you can see just damage, like DPS alone, not really like control anything else, because that's the main job. And usually when you think of this type of operator, this type of caster, you wouldn't expect them to deal that much damage. Like, I mean, if you guys tried Click before, you know how, not the best thing that Click does, but Goldenglow is really different. Now, her talent. So obviously the trait of this archetype is that they control these drone units that deal arch damage, and then as they attack the same enemy, the attack of that drone will have increased attack up to 110% of the operator's attack. Now, her first talent is that whenever she activates her skill, these drones have a 10% chance to self-explode on attack. So when they attack enemy. And that self-explosion deals AoE damage equal to 300% of Goldenglow's attack as arc damage. So this 10% is not actually 10%. It's like 1.5, 3%, 4.5 plus 3%, plus 1.5% every single hit, and then it stacks up. So there's like, it's really hard to get like 50 hits. It's impossible to get 50 hits. Wait, is it? No, 50. It's impossible to get 50 hits without. You get the point. You can't go to like infinite and not get the explosion. So this is actually one of the main reasons that she is really great at doing damage. And even though the self-explosion will cause the gradually increase attack from the trait to reset, because it would relock onto one enemy, and then as it relocks on, the increased attack gradually increased to 110% will be gone. But it is actually worth it. And then her second talent is that Goldenglow and the drones will ignore 15 of the enemy's resistance. This actually goes to 18 resistance if you get pot 5. Also, pot 6 that is. And then the first talent actually gets 15% more attack in AoE damage if you get pot 3, which I don't have, so I don't really care about it as much, because she's still perfectly awesome at this potential. Now, let's look at her skills. So Goldenglow is actually a really interesting operator, where if you look at pure DPS, right? So if you consider that including the downtime of the skill and then the duration of the skill, all of that combined, her skill 1 actually has the highest DPS during her skill. I know, it's so weird. Her skill 1 has the highest. Oh wait, no. Does it include? It doesn't include the downtime. But during the skill duration, her skill 1 has the highest attack. But I haven't leveled her skill 1 for one reason. You're not here for her skill 1. It might seem good, but it's not really worth it. What it does is that Goldenglow will get 1 extra drone, and she will release drones to lock onto enemies. Attack will be increased by 40% and attack speed increased by 50. Duration of 35 seconds and cooldown. Oh wait, duration of 25 seconds, cooldown of 35 seconds. How can I say? When you're looking at Goldenglow, yes, you want her damage, but you're not really after just her pure damage. It's about the versatility. And the good thing about Goldenglow's skill 2 and 3 is their range, and hence brings more better versatility and way more usable in a lot more situations. While her skill 1 only has this small area, default attack area, so usually I wouldn't recommend anyone to skill mastery this one. Just not worth it. You're not going to be using this skill. Now, skill 2 is a permanent duration skill, like infinite duration skill. This is one of the skills that I actually use quite a lot if I want to do like an AFK run. It's actually pretty good. The effect of this skill is that obviously drone count +1. She'll release drones to attack enemies. She will have increased attack area, where the side will have 2 tiles coming out on the top and on the left and the right. I can't really show you because I have to get a diagram and I'm rushing this video. I'm sorry. But you will have an expanded area, so she will cover 5 lanes from her left to right instead of 3, which is very good. And she will have plus 60% attack. So this skill is just generally great because obviously infinite duration, and obviously arts damage. The damage is actually pretty good. So what I would consider this skill 2 is pretty much AFL's skill 2, where you can just put there and let them be. And the DPS is actually really similar to AFL's skill 2 as well. The good thing is that you also get the expanded area. And remember, the one thing about the drones is that even if the enemies leaves her attack area, the drone can still follow them. That is one really good thing about these drones, remember? So in general, skill 2 is pretty good if you want to do like any AFK run, or if you want like an AS skill 2 experience, but you know, you're already using AFL with Volcano or something, so you want another operator that can do something similar or just wider in range. Goldenglow skill 2 is your choice. Now, skill 3. As you can see, my default skill. This skill is absolutely awesome. So let me explain what it does. So Goldenglow will stop attacking. Yes. She will have 2 more drones, so 3 drones on the field. She'll release those drones to lock onto enemies. The lock-on area is the entire battlefield. Entire battlefield. Attack increased by 80, and all the drones attack will have 0.5% of slow, which is minus 80% of movement speed. So this is the quote-unquote control part of her skill, which is definitely nothing like clicks, you know, stun and all that. But one good thing about slow is that any enemy will take this. Now, you might think, well, wait, she stops attacking? Isn't that bad? No, that's actually a good thing. Now, how many times have you guys gone into those situations where your high ground operators got hit by like an AoE stun attack or something that they can't attack? Have you guys seen those situations? Have you guys been in one of those situations? I bet you have. And you know what happens when you have skill 3 of Goldenglow activated already? She doesn't attack anyway. Her drones will still attack during her stun. So good. Also, 30-second of duration. Make sure that she can pretty much hit anything you need for a really long duration. Obviously, the priority of the lock on to enemy from the drones is that the one that is closest to the exit. So it's the normal lock on priority. So you have to, you know a map a bit well, was what I thought when we first saw this skill. But actually, right now, I actually just bring Goldenglow with me whenever. She is in my main team in every single situation. Why? Because this 30-second duration plus 35-second of cooldown, which is very low, reminding you, make sure that you can just activate her skill really frequently, and you can, like, you know how there's sometimes a huge wave of enemies that just comes together, or there's like a huge group of enemy and then there's some like other enemies that is scattered around the field. No matter what situation it is, she's gonna just decrease enemy count from super far away. So no matter what situation, Goldenglow can deal enough damage so that you can maybe, like, you know, let some of the harder enemies to come by and you kill by Summer Chen or Surtur as usual. But you won't, your ground operators won't face as big of a pressure when it comes to the amount of enemies. Goldenglow is just super good at that. And that is why I bring her wherever I go. In events, in stories, in the new mode from CN, roguelike, she is my favorite operator. And skill 3 is the biggest reason why. So, that's pretty much about it. I don't really need to tell you anything else. Like, she is OP, just get her. You might think, okay, the one downside of this class is that they don't have the highest base attack, which means they don't deal like the biggest damage, and that is why a lot of people would be like, well, she doesn't do well in CC because her damage isn't that high after all the debuff in CC. My counter is that unless you're all about CC, she works everywhere else. Because I literally bring her everywhere else and she carries me all the time. That's pretty much it. So yes, this video is a little bit rushed because I really wanted to talk about her, and then like the announcement came really late, unlike usual. So I kind of rushed this video out. So what I'll do is I will guarantee 100% make another video tomorrow using her in roguelike. I will bring her through the whole way. I'll edit it down so it will be, you know, not the 1 hour full run. So I'll show you guys how she works really well in roguelike. So I guess I'll see you guys in that video coming tomorrow. Promise, I will make it this time. Not like last time when I said I would do a Lee video and I never did it. I promise, because I actually love Goldenglow. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.